Hello, and welcome to the surf segment of Tip of the Hats. As always, I'm Kurt. Joined with me is Wyatt and Getawell, and a bunch of lovely surfers that are in Discord right now. I'm not sure if they can hear me. Can you guys say hello if you can hear me? All right, good.
I can hear you. Hi.
Well, we can't.
Hello.
They might be able to hear me, but we can't hear them.
Hello.
So we're going to be getting into the surf server in a bit here and showcase some surfs. How do you feel about that, Mike?
Boy, you know, I'm jazzed. I feel enthused. And most of all, I'm just jazzed.
How about you, Wyatt?
Oh, well, I love the surf segment, so I'm excited.
Wow, you guys don't seem very hyped. I am. I'm a big enthusiast.
Oh, thanks, Kurt. That's my serious face. What's wrong with your emotion radar is way off.
Yo.
Because
Really?
I do. Oh, we got
we
people.
can hear
Hey,
someone.
There he
hey.
is.
Hello.
Hello?
Hey,
Hi.
who is this? Troffle? Nope. Okay. See you later.
Hello?
Hey,
Hi?
you guys ready to surf? Are we ready to surf for production?
Would help if we were in the right channel.
Nice.
Oh,
So
that
you're in
is-
the right channel now.
Yeah, that is a good one.
Can't hear you guys.
That's okay though.
Do you know sign language?
Boy.
So we're going to be getting the Discord situated. As many of you might not know, doing audio for a production is incredibly difficult and it takes a little bit. You got to press little buttons here and there, and Mike
You're
is
good.
over there.
We
Hey,
can hear you.
you can hear me. Hey, what's up, guys?
Howdy. Hello. Yo.
You guys ready to
Well.
surf?
No.
No? Okay, good.
You're not? Okay.
Perfect.
Good night, everybody. That's our event.
The segment.
Well, we're just going to sit here for 2 hours then. Is production ready for switching the camera? Are you guys in game and all that?
Yeah, we're ready.
All right, cool. So we are in game right now. If we could go to the player that's in the server, switch the camera, because right now it's a bot. It was mentioned during the community segment that there are bots that run the maps, and right now we are watching a bot run the map.
So which of
call
you is
system
the
that?
bot right now? Who is the
Well,
bot?
the bot generally is the world record holder. So,
Okay.
yeah, that was the world record. I think we have system running Surf Me, and we have this organized. You can start whenever you like. We have this organized by tier, and for those that don't know, surf maps are organized by tier based on how easy or difficult they are. And this is one of the easier maps we could pick. There are easier ones, but we wanted to also pick pretty maps. And this map, I think, is quite nice. It's called Surf Me, and I believe Not a Zombie made it. If any of you guys would like to chime in with any commentary, feel free. Don't be shy. But yeah, System is, I believe, an Australian surfer who is just going to show off this first map for us.
I guess he's not gonna introduce himself, but
Yeah, he is surfing right now. He might have a push to talk, which might be also double bound.
yeah.
Hello.
Hello?
You're surfing right now.
Yes, I am.
Would you like to introduce yourself, or is that a little bit too much to ask?
Well, you said it. I'm from Australia, and I surf.
Well, there you go.
Yes. Lots of fun.
So what? Well, I kind of don't want to be talking to the person that's surfing because it's a little bit hard to concentrate while talking.
Yeah.
So to anyone that would like to chime in, like, what brings you guys to surfing? Like, what kind of what originally brought you to surfing, and what does it mean to you?
I would say I first started surfing in CS:GO, and it was just a fun thing to do at the time. But
And,
you know,
That's Sloth, right? You can introduce yourself as
Yeah.
well.
yeah, President Sloth. I've
The
been
president.
surfing for maybe, yeah. I've been surfing for maybe like 3 or 4 years. It was just a fun thing to do, but I'm pretty competitive, I guess. So I got into getting better times and stuff and getting better.
So you're mentioning competitive. What does that mean to be competitive at surf? Because a lot of people seeing it might not understand like how on earth this could be competitive. You're just riding ramps to the end of the map.
Yeah, so you can see in the like bottom middle of his screen, there's a timer, and all maps have records. And if you're like most of us, we've all tried to compete for these records and get the best time on the map.
Mhm.
It's kind of like, if you don't mind, Slaw, there's two
go.
facets to surfing. There's a lot of people, most people start, they're casual, they're just learning the mechanics and the movement. And they, the goal is to beat maps and kind of learn new maps. And then The competitive aspect kind of grew out of, once people started being able to beat all the maps, like who can beat them the fastest, who can beat them without failing.
And an interesting anecdote, beyond just speedrunning, we did preface this map as an easier map, but you might be wondering why System might be failing, and it's not because he's bad. He's actually one of the best surfers. He's actually doing the speedrun strats for this map, which is interesting. If you have played this map before, you might be you might notice that he's skipping a lot of ramps and gaining a lot of speed. In fact, this is the biggest skip on the map. He just skipped that entire area and finished the map. And whoever is controlling the server, we can just keep going through the maps as we just talk about surf. And I believe Beetle was just talking, if you'd like to keep going.
I messed up.
Messed up, it's okay.
So yeah, speaking of difficulty, I believe our list follows a tier. So there's 1 through 6, tier 1 being the easiest, tier 6 being the hardest. And this is a tier 1 map. So we're going to slowly progress in difficulty as we go through.
Yeah, and for those that don't, I just want to make sure this keeps flowing. All of you guys have the command to switch the map. It's just SM _ map and then the map name to switch the map. There we go.
Boom.
All right, cool. So we are doing the tier list. We are starting. We couldn't actually find any like quote unquote good tier 1 maps. So we're starting with tier 2, going all the way to tier 6. Tier 2 being easier and tier 6 being very, very difficult. Not many people can beat them.
All right, well, in the meantime, while we're switching, just quick donations coming in. Cookie, $30. He says, as someone who's been recently diagnosed with colon cancer, I really appreciate what you guys are doing for the kids. With a heart, Cookie, thank you. We appreciate it, and we love you back. Miranda, glad to watch and donate for yet another year. Also, still waiting for the Bud Squad to make their return, $10. Thank you, Miranda, as well. And
this is a very popular map if you guys do TF2 surf. For those that might be wondering why we're playing in Sources, a lot of the players right now prefer Source, but beyond that, it's very easy to just have access to most maps because most maps were made in Source. And this map was one of the earliest maps to be ported to TF2. So if you started in TF2, you're probably very familiar with this map, Surf Utopia. It's one of the easier linear surf maps, if anybody could explain what linear is.
So there's 2 different types of maps. There is stage and there's linear. Linear is defined as just a map that keeps going until the end, and then the staged would be you have multiple different areas that you complete first before the end.
And that's the whole map, just like that. Callie, I believe I'm saying your name correctly, has beaten the map. And all these surfers are like the best surfers. And we were kind of explaining earlier like what it takes, but I know, like as someone that surfs a lot, I can beat most of the maps, but I don't think I would consider myself even remotely that good. What does it take to get like really, really good, you think, to actually get those world records and be able to beat the hardest maps fairly easily, as we will do later in the segment?
Honestly, it just takes a bunch of time and just practicing. Looking up like record videos also helps. I mean, yeah.
You kind of have to have a knack for it. I mean, I've been surfing for at least 13 years, and I'm not very good. But people that have just a natural ability to improve after such a short amount of time is also very helpful.
Yeah, a lot of it comes with time and just like I can't remember who was saying it, but watching world record videos, for example, if you can look at those and analyze, what they're doing, which is a great way to learn. I encourage everybody to do it. That'll get you good much faster than just grinding on your own.
Yeah.
Wow, just another map. And an interesting thing about that map, it looked like a linear, but it was actually a staged map put together so you can do it all in one go, as Sloth just did right there.
Yeah, just a couple more donations here.
Flying through.
We got $100 from Mother Gaia. Says, have a wonderful day, Heart. Thank you, Mother Gaia. We love you as well. Sir Duck, $10. I want Sideshow to eat a Carolina Reaper while in a box. Let's make it happen, people. Do we have how close were we on that whole Sideshow goal? Cause
it's definitely going to be met. For the surfers may not know, but we have someone on set that is willing to eat a Carolina Reaper if we hit a certain donation incentive. So if you guys want to get in on that, just donate and you will be prompted to donate your money towards that incentive.
Yeah, some people here are like world talented surfers, some of the best in the world, and some people just eat hot foods.
Yep.
We do it all.
And as you can see,
And then there's me.
this map is gorgeous. I think Masog made it.
Correct.
And it's interesting, a game that's over 10 years old in Counter-Strike Source can look so nice with so much effort. And one of the coolest things about the surf community is that it's all community. Like the game mode itself is a community game mode, and all the maps are community run, all the mods are community run, and the community just keeps growing and growing as years go by. And Beetle just did that bonus real cheeky-like right at the end there.
Cool. So we got another $100 from BFL Interest. Says, was thinking about how to treat myself after a recent promotion, but I couldn't figure out what to do. Then I remembered that TotH was on. Thank you for making the decision obvious. Let's make Sideshow and the Carolina Reaper happen. Much love. Thank you. People want to see that Carolina Reaper eaten.
Yeah, I know we're going to be watching this segment, and it's very interesting. But keep those donations coming, guys. That's what we're here for.
And speaking of donations, we got Space Jam, the map. This is Travelcopter's first map he's doing today. And this is a map themed around the movie Space Jam, which came out probably late
96?
90s, 96. I was 6
97?
years old. Good movie. Kind of. Good map, too.
Great movie.
It was good.
A seminal piece of film, definitely.
Yeah.
Memorable. Now, I've got a question there are a lot of people watching who have played Source or who have played, surfing in TF2. There's also going to be some people watching who have never, ever really surfed in their life, or maybe they've just seen a YouTube video or something, and they might be asking themselves, what are these guys doing when they wave back and forth in the air like that? Does someone want to just touch on that real quick of gaining speed, that kind of thing?
Yeah. Beetle, go.
That's a Beetle question.
Who's the genius?
So if you're familiar with bunny hopping or jump too, you do it a lot in jump, to my knowledge anyway. It's air strafing. You wiggle yourself back and forth to pick up speed. If you synchronize your keyboard presses, A and D is traditional for these kind of movement-based game modes in Source with your mouse, and you do it just right, then you can pick up little bits of speed, which is a very practical tactic in high-speed world record surfing.
So it's not just a random idle movement for nothing. It's important and
Yes,
crucial to doing it. You need to do it.
The heart of the map, they wanted to do the bonus there, but that bonus is a little bit too fast for the viewers at home, I bet. But yeah, for those, I'm talking about bonuses, but yeah, a lot of maps. This is actually a question that I have for any of the mappers that are in Discord. There are maps, but every map has a bonus. Why are there bonuses instead of just putting the bonus as part of the actual map?
Is it just tradition or what?
It seems like most maps do have
I would say it's
extra
tradition,
stages.
Yeah. My name's HardX. I'm one of the mappers. I think I might be the only mapper here. But I can't really answer for everybody. But for me, when I'm making a map, if I just run out of stuff to do, I'll make a bonus. Or if I want to maybe add something that has a different style of surf, or maybe a different difficulty, or a different link that doesn't necessarily fit into the main part of the map, I can include that there as well. But I would say the majority of it is because it is tradition just to have a little bit extra to do instead of just, one part.
It's cool. I like that, though. It's the same in Jump as well. It's just a cool thing mappers like to do.
Yeah, and speaking of bonuses and accomplishments in surfing, for me personally, I want to beat every single map. I want to beat every single bonus. But Beetle recently made a bonus that is so difficult, only a few people have ever beaten it, probably ever will. And we're going to be trying to play it later in the stream. It's a very, very difficult bonus. It's only 4 ramps long, but a lot of people's pride has been crushed with their 100% completion with the introduction of that bonus just a few weeks ago. And we will try playing it. We'll see if Beetle can beat his own bonus later in the segment.
I'll say it now. Probably not.
Sorry,
You know,
what bonus are we talking about?
yeah, not naming names, but there are people in this very Discord that had a little bit of their hopes dashed when they couldn't complete it. Like, people sitting at 99.9%.
ruined.
Yeah.
So it's off.
I mean, that's so cool to me, though. I just want to make a comment that, I mean, you say it was just a few weeks ago, and I mean, it was already mentioned. I mean, Source came out so many years ago, Counter-Strike Source, that some of you guys say you've been surfing for over 10 years, and it's still going. It's like it's not dead. It's still active, and there's still new maps and still stuff. Why do you guys think that is? Why do you think that the community is still kind of buzzing the way it is and hasn't sort of died off? That's for anybody.
Well, I think that when it comes to mapping, there's just a lot of creativity that you can actually put into it that just keeps it rolling. And I mean, there's just a bunch of up and coming talent that just shows up. And
I do it for the money, for sure.
Yeah.
Interesting enough, Hardix, the mapper, he actually got commissioned by Fnatic to make a special Fnatic themed map for the summer. It was called Surf Summer, and they had a competition for Fnatic items. Could you touch on that a little bit, Hardix?
Yeah. See, they were coming out with their summer product line and wanted a surf map to go along with it. So I worked with a couple other mappers. Did about 400 or 500 hours over the course of a month and a half to get this thing done. And when it was released, we did have a contest. Beetle actually ended up winning, and I believe System and a couple other people that might be in here also won things as well. But it was just to see who could complete it the fastest, who could do random things to win random prizes and stuff like that. And yeah, it was kind of the first of its kind for something like that. I know a lot of other people have tried to organize contests in the past, but this was, thankfully, it went very smoothly, and I was glad I was able to be a part of it.
Yeah, and interesting thing about that map is every time you completed a stage, every time you completed the map, you got points within the map, and inside the map there was a Fnatic store, and you could buy stuff in the Fnatic store to transform your character into a t-shirt, into a mousepad, into a keyboard, and obviously the grand prize was a Fnatic fidget spinner.
Obviously.
Yeah, obviously. And that's a pretty
Didn't need to
cool
tell me
little
that.
modification to the surf
Wish I knew about
genre.
Well, that's cool. I mean, I just like how entrenched and how attached it is to the esports scene, because Counter-Strike is obviously with CSGO now is such a huge esport community, and it seems like so many of the pros and kind of the esports scene, I mean, they're very closely tied to the surfing, more so than Jump or more so than anything that I can think of. So it's really cool that Fnatic got involved. And then like just YouTubers as well. I mean, CS is so huge. Whether you got your start in Source or whether you started maybe in CSGO and got into it, not really a question. I just think that's really cool. It's a really sweet, cool opportunity. It's great to see.
There are some pro players that have gotten very good at surf, most notably Forrest from NIP. He does surf on, I believe, the KSF CSGO servers, and he can, as far as I know, he can beat most maps. If any of you guys have seen him around. But yeah, this is a pretty cool looking map called Surf Milky Way.
I've actually played with Forrest a fair bit in CSGO.
Yeah, I've played with Forrest. Forrest he's a really good surfer.
Cool.
I remember when I was just starting to learn how to surf like 4 or 5 years ago, and I'm a pretty new surfer anyway, but Forrest was in there and he was kind of slaying the records and stuff. But it is cool. You can hop into servers, most notably on CSGO, but sometimes you'll see them on CSS, and there'll just be pros hanging out sometimes. Yeah,
it's just a fun game mode. It really, it does. Actually, as someone who doesn't play too much CS:GO, do any of you guys play much CS:GO? I think Truffle plays a fair bit. Do you think it helps your game at all in any way, Surf?
Yeah, I believe it does. Yeah, because you really need to know how to, movement is such a key feature in CS:GO, and surfing really helps you to learn movement. And I think surfing is just a great way to practice that.
Also, on that point, I'd say surfing really gets you used to your sensitivity and stuff like that. So it's like good warm up before playing like a comp match or something like that.
I completely agree. As someone who has played a lot of TF2 in the past, it really helps just get used to like the area of your mouse pad. That sounds so weird, but it's true.
No, it's true.
Like you just spin around and take a shot without even thinking about it because you just know where your mouse is going to be when that happens.
And awareness of your player model as well, which can come into play.
Yeah, and a lot of like medics in TF2 and competitive, go and surf and try to learn about their player and learn how to like get out of situations and stuff like that. For,
Yeah.
Medics who play competitive.
Exactly.
Yep.
And
Teaches you like all the awkward mouse movements and stuff you might not learn in a normal comp match.
yeah,
You'd
that's
have to
very
spend
true.
a lot of money on the big mouse pads, though.
Dude, I got a big mouse pad. I love it. And system beating
most of
a
us are
pretty
probably walking.
long tier 3 map, Surf Milky Way by Mr. Cow. We got a lot of Mr. Cow maps here. And the interesting thing about the end of that map, it goes right to the beginning. And yeah, I think we're on tier 3 now. We're going to be approaching tier 4 maps shortly.
Yeah, Mr. Cow makes some of the best looking surf in the game, I would say. Obviously, you can see from this map.
Mm-hmm.
Thought you were gonna do the whole thing again. Just whip on through.
Yeah, guys, still encouraging you to send in donations during this segment. Send them in with messages. We will read them out loud on the stream. And of course, the 1v1 Sideshow versus Carolina Reaper. That is still a goal yet to be reached that I'm assuming everyone wants to see. So
we're
gotta
just
send in the
over,
money for that.
We're just over 1,000 away from 90K too. Let's get 90K,
Yeah, if we get to
guys.
90K, that would be awesome by the end of this segment.
Keep it coming.
Thank you so much for your donations and support.
For the kids.
For the kids.
For the kids. So what do we got?
So this is
This is
called
Surf
Surf
Resort.
Resort. Yeah, you guys can go on.
Okay. It's made by a guy named Wally, I think. He's more of a CS:GO mapper, but I mean, most maps get ported to Source. I think we already kind of talked about this. It's a linear. I think it's tier 3.
I remember there was very recently a big battle between Truffle and I can't remember who on this map, and who walked away with it. And what can you talk about that?
Kushi. Yon.
Bless Kushi.
And this map's very cool in that I'm not sure if I don't know if I want to put pressure on Callie for the shortcut at the end, but there's a massive shortcut at the end of the map here that pretty much cuts like 8 or 9 seconds off the total time. Just pretty much skip a big ramp, but if he can get the speed here, he might have enough to make it all the way to the platform here. So how often? I jinxed him. I'm sorry, I won't do that again. It's actually not that easy. It's you need to have a lot of speed and take the right approach. But when it comes to like grinding world records and having another person that's also grinding the same map, how does it get settled? Does the map just get GG'd, as it were? And it just then no one ever wants to touch it again.
You trust the old protractor and you GG it.
Yeah,
Yeah, Melinda comes in, takes it. It's just done.
Buried in the
Analyze
ground.
angles.
Yeah, it really just goes until somebody decides, like, yeah, I can't keep putting time into it anymore. Because at some point, the records just get so good that it becomes a big commitment to really go for them.
Just the min-max thing.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, so how often do the records get broken on some of the more like classic maps, the highly played ones?
Pretty often, actually. As of recent, not really, but a couple of years ago, it was just pretty crazy. Records just.
I think some of the oldest records are only a couple years old now at this point. That's how often they're being.
Yeah, even the oldest
January
maps do get
2015.
Nice.
pretty frequently.
There it is. That's the shortcut. Well
Nailed it.
done.
Some of the nice things about map design with some of the easier things like this is you do have the opportunity for some nice shortcuts. Pretty great. I mean, you have it in Surf Me and Surf Utopia. All those. Oh, this is my map coming up. Yay.
Oh, yeah, you can talk while I.
Yeah, you can talk.
So you have anything to say about your own map?
You don't have to talk, but you can.
Here it is.
Well, this is Tempest 2. I like Tempest 1 better, but yeah, basically it was just my attempt at using all custom everything. So all the textures are custom, models and everything, custom skybox.
How much time would you estimate went into making this map?
This one about 2 or 3 months maybe. I'm pretty fast, so I have no life.
It's pretty amazing though, like how you can produce something like this in such an old game. I just can't get over it. Like
Oh, yeah.
everything runs smooth. There's not like crazy things you have to download to get to work. You just click on the server that's running the map, and bam, you're in after a couple seconds of downloading.
Yeah, I was wondering, with regards to making the maps, any of you guys that have maybe made a map or map more regularly, as one of you said, do you get inspirations? Like, were you inspired by any particular thing making this one, or was it just kind of off the top of your head?
I'd kind of wanted to make something a little bit more unrealistic, because previously I had done pretty generic looking maps, and this was kind of the first exciting looking one I made, I would say. So it just kind of came to me one day to make it look like this with all the neon colors and the tiny grid.
Cool.
Yeah, in outer space, because it was like a spaceship.
It looks great. I love it.
Yeah. I'm always wondering about that, of mappers of all kinds. You know, does anything inspire you in particular? Because sometimes, you know, maybe you play a map and you see a concept and you're like, that's cool as hell. Or sometimes maybe you're just kind of like, all right, well, we'll throw it in space and we'll have some ships and...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I copy from other people all the time. I just don't.
All creative works are derivative, you know?
So we're finally dipping into the Tier 4 section with Surf. I don't even know how to say the name of this map. Apollonian or something? It's a very pretty... Apollonian. Yeah. It's very nice.
No one knows for...
Yeah, this looks really unique.
We are getting into the harder maps, so what makes something a certain tier? Because this is Tier 4, which is about a little harder than medium difficulty. Who judges the tiers, I guess?
Yeah.
Normally, like map maker, right?
Yeah, well, it's the map maker and the person who's adding it to the server.
It's a combination of that and the testers who adjust it as the map is being.
And this map might be Tier 4, but it actually is pretty old. So the tiers have kind of shifted since. It might not exactly be Tier 4 anymore in current days, but...
It is interesting how that works, because some of the hardest maps when I first started surfing are not considered difficult at all nowadays. And the hardest maps nowadays are just absurd. And we will be getting into them shortly.
Yeah,
it's just that progression of the skill cap.
Yeah, a good example of that is Surf Sandman. You know, when it came out, it was like one of the hardest maps. And now, you know, a lot of people can no-fail it. It's not too difficult.
Yep. I think it was Tier 6, and now it's like Tier 4. And, yeah, this is one of the longer stage maps. And I do remember the last stage being quite ridiculous as far as just kind of frustrating to play.
Well, Kurt, if you're looking forward to hard maps, I don't know how many people know, but I'm also currently working on what I want to be the hardest map in existence.
Oh, yeah?
It'll be Tier 6, which is the highest tier, and it'll be 4 stages, each 1 minute long, with the hardest difficult surf.
Wonderful.
So that should be pretty fun. Oh, it's so wonderful.
Aren't you
I'm really
excited?
looking forward to it.
Goodbye 100%.
Yep, goodbye 100%.
That's the goal. Well, you have all these good surfers complaining about not having a hard map to beat anymore, so did it.
It is interesting how I believe it was mentioned on someone's stream. Either it was Truffle or Beatles, but it's hard to make easier maps, it seems, than harder maps nowadays. I think we had an easier time finding harder maps to play, whereas easier maps were just kind of... We couldn't even find a single Tier 1 that we wanted to play. Is there any reason behind that?
I'd say a lot of people aren't making low-tier maps nowadays.
I'd say the majority of mappers make surf that is around their skill level. But the really good tier 1s are made by the really good mappers, I would say. So they kind of know what they're doing already. I mean, Surf Summer was my first attempt at making tier 1 surf. It just is kind of a whole different level than what most people are used to working with, I would say.
And the thing is, like, complicated strafes like you see on like this stage doesn't mean the stage is difficult. Like, what about the maps itself makes it difficult? Because sometimes you see, like, as someone who doesn't surf at all, it might be like, wow, he's spinning a lot, that must be difficult. But when in reality, it's actually not that hard. And they might see like Beatles bonus and like, why can't they do that? It's just a couple ramps. Can you guys touch on that at all?
I'd say it's like you have awkward surf, and then you have like surf that needs the required units to get like over a certain gap or something like that, like more calculated, sir. If that makes sense.
Yeah, and for those that don't know, units is the measurement of speed for surf. Like units per second should be shown on the bottom of the screen
Yeah,
there.
you can see.
And you just beat the map. That last stage is a doozy. I think that's one of the last tier 4s we got here. Do we have any donations?
Oh, we
Doozy.
got lots of them, which
Nice.
is good. We like to see that.
Yep.
$100 from Sylvie. Got to put it all towards watching others suffer majestically with that crazy level of spice. Of course, referring to the Carolina Reaper verse sideshow. Motma Rex, $100 for the kids. And for sideshow gets the Carolina Reaper. Please don't die. Well, we'll see. We'll see
Yep.
what happens with that.
We've got insurance.
Well, here we are on, I believe, Forbidden Tomb. And this is the map that actually got me into surf. I was watching Lang, one of the biggest people for Tip of the Hats, play this. Just a young Lang, 20-year-old Lang, just at his little
Fresh-faced
PC,
kid.
just surfing this map. And I was watching his stream like, wow, this looks so difficult. You must be the best surfer in the world. I got to beat this. And when I started, I thought this was the hardest map. And it is not. It's very cool and fairly difficult, but it's up there in difficulty, but
I've seen you play it a lot.
yeah,
Kurt.
it's cool.
Yeah.
There's 4 versions of it. This is the first one.
This map actually has a pretty long history in surf that I probably shouldn't speak to. Like I said, I'm kind of a new surfer, but so many maps have taken from this style, the Forbidden Tomb style. There's spin-offs and there's recreations of these stages and other maps, and it's cool to see. I can't remember when we were talking about inspiration, but it's definitely there. People do borrow from other mappers a lot.
I think one of the coolest things about this map is I believe every single stage has a major shortcut, which I believe he is doing every single one of them on your screen, skipping ramps, skipping B-hops, and just going to the end as quickly as possible.
Sometimes I wonder if some of the things that people find like shortcuts were actually intentional. 'Cause, I know a majority of them are not, but it's kind of cool to see what people can come up with that wasn't the mapper's intention.
And there are maps that have been around for a very long time in which shortcuts have been discovered recently, right? Or at least put into a run. Like they knew they existed, but they were just put into a run. For example, the Sinsane B-hop shortcut was known for a while, but I don't think it was actually done in a run until like many months after it came out.
And I was gonna say juiced as well.
Yes,
yeah.
There's a big ending shortcut on that. That was only recently did in a run, yeah. So it saved like 10 seconds or something.
There's
Yeah, not that much.
Surf Syria again.
Or something. Syria again, B-hop, yeah, on the last
Yeah.
stage.
People theorize that was possible. Somebody proved it in a task like
Yeah.
several years ago, and that's one of the
I
more
think
legendary
something
tier
like that.
6s. But just I don't know, a few months ago, I think Red Sea, a really good surfer, he was on TotH a couple years ago, was the first person to land that shortcut in a run of the map, which demolished the world record. It was a full second faster.
And a lot of people probably have seen things like GDQ, other speedrun stuff, and you're saying like a full second? That doesn't sound like much, but in Surf it is a gigantic amount, especially for most maps that are just 40 or less seconds long.
Mm-hmm. And TAS is tool-assisted run, I believe, correct? Which is used in a lot of games, yeah.
Well, more donations, as always, which is exactly what we want to see. $5 from Prio. Love the Surfs, love the TotH, love the community. Let's get to 100K and up, guys. 40 kids. Hashtag Hot Lang. I agree. 100K seems like a pretty good goal to hit today.
We're almost at 90.
Yeah, and a
Come on, let's get there.
$200 donation
Ooh.
from A Runner says, shout out to the boys surfing. Chris, Sam, System, Troffle, Callie, Sloth, Hardex, and any other boss I am missing. Also, shout out to the chat. Also, Pineapples. A Runner, $200. Thank you. And $100 from Malt. No message, just $100.
Malt is a mapper. He's
Oh,
made
is he?
A bunch of lovely maps, and I'm not sure if we're playing any of his maps right now, but thank you, Malt, for
Awesome.
the $100.
Yep, thank you for supporting.
I also
shouts out
wanted to say Malt actually made the resurfed timer, and I think he made a case of Go timer as well, or helped work on it. I could be wrong about that.
I don't think so.
He made, I think, a CSGO timer. I don't think it was KSFGO.
Speaking of timer, what does the timer do? Like the timer and the point system. I think those are the two biggest things that keep people coming back for more when it comes to surf, because you're not just sitting there with like a manual timer. Even like most popular speedrun games, you have to like press spacebar to like make checkpoints, whereas in surf it's a lot different and a lot more sophisticated. Could any of you guys touch on that, for those that don't know?
Yeah, so you have a start zone and an end zone, and then the timer will start when you leave that start zone, and then obviously it ends when you hit the end zone. And then, yeah, it keeps the competition going. You know, I mean, the timer just drives all the competition. And then what was
to
the
go
other
back
thing?
to go back to what you were saying, Kurt, regarding a second being a huge difference. When you have such a short map and hundreds of people completing it, the time between first and second place can sometimes be between like a thousandth of a second. That's how like optimized these records get.
Cool.
Yeah,
And
the
it's not like a
timer also-
surprise when these people get it too. Like you have that, you do it so much, you kind of have the feel like this is a good run. I have the units to get this world record, and then you finish. It's only like 1/1000th of a second improvement, but you know, like as you're landing, that it is what it is. I imagine.
Yes, it's absolutely like that.
And I mean, we only just glazed over the task thing, but I guess the tool-assisted thing is like it allows you to. It's like you're getting a robot to go through the map and to do stuff that maybe you haven't been able to do yet, but you can test and see if it's possible at least, so that you know then it's something to work towards, right?
Yeah, and speaking of Ming Lee right there at the end of the map,
He's in the chat,
big
boys.
shout out to Ming Lee.
Let's get him. Twitch chat will help us.
There are
Love
a
it.
few maps named after Twitch emotes. I think one is Tryhard. What is the other one? There's Tryhard and Forehead. We have Forehead and Tryhard. We'll have all of the emotes done by the end of the year. We'll just do that for Tip of the Hats.
And we've added 14 of our own
Yep.
new
Oh,
emotes
yeah.
throughout the marathon. So guys, keep on subbing. Remember, it's September. You get that first-time sub is half price, and the more subs we get, the more
emotes
Yeah,
on
we
the
will
way.
be
We've gotten-
unlocking them as soon as we get them.
Yep.
Yep, and we got a $30.69 donation from Jay Diva, who says, I absolutely love Tip of the Hats every year. It's such a lovely celebration for a good cause.
Oh, what do we got?
Whoa.
RNC
again.
Yeah, boy.
Thank
Can we
you.
get
Another
Can we get a
mapper.
gong here?
Oh,
Gong
that's
it.
all you,
Oh,
Wyatt.
that's me.
Gong it. And shout outs to the people
why don't you-
downstairs.
Give him one of these. There you go, RNC.
The people downstairs, I got a chance to go downstairs earlier to the viewing party, and whenever there's a big donation like that, they go crazy downstairs. So shout outs
Nice.
to our people down there.
Oh, but sorry, let me just finish this nice message here from Jay Diva. I've been battling a serious illness recently, but I can't even imagine how tough it is for someone who has cancer. I'm lucky to have a good support structure, but I know that not everyone is so lucky. Happy to contribute and add another beautiful T-shirt to my collection. Of course, we have the T-shirts available all weekend as well. See them
There they are.
right up there. Beautiful shirt. So
Thank you so much for your contribution.
So what do we got?
Did RNC have a message, or are we waiting on that still?
Maybe we can get after this
Well, this
map.
is the map that we were talking about that has the ridiculous bonus, and I think Beetle's going to do a normal run on the map, which is not very easy. It actually took me 2 days to beat this map. I think this is the first Tier 5 map we're playing as well. Yeah, it's a pretty good map. I think it's made by Synchronize, and the bonuses were made by 4 different people, one of them being Beetle. And I really wanted to touch on the point system, because that's really, really what got me into surfing a lot. There's rankings in surf. You have like labels based on how many points you are, based on how many ranks you have, or how high of a rank you have. And you get points for beating maps. You get more points for beating maps fast, and you get more points for getting world records, top 10s, and you also get points for beating bonuses. So there's so many reasons to just keep playing and improving and just beating maps you probably don't think you can beat in the first place, which allows you to grind. And grinding's quite fun. It's very relaxing. You can put on your own music and have a good time. And yeah, that's this is the end of this map. If he makes it, wow, okay. Beetle, all right. I don't know if we want to do this at the end of the stream, but this is the hardest.
This might be worth waiting for.
Yeah,
I don't know if I'm ready for this.
This is the hardest bonus. You can actually just show them real quick what it is. It's only like 4 ramps, but it is the hardest bonus ever made so far. And it, as you can see, it doesn't even look difficult. It's just a couple ramps put together. Like, just getting to that ramp is insanely difficult. But we'll give you one more try, Beetle, and we'll switch maps. They're a good try.
Psych yourself up. Get ready. We'll try it again in
But
a bit.
we'll try getting that at the end, because that is
Yeah.
going to take a couple tries, I imagine.
Yep. We do have the message here from RNC, who gave that big fat $500 donation. He says, "Truck surf, kill the jumpers, save the kids." Smiley face.
Oh, weird.
RNC actually was a jumper and a jump mapper. Now he's a surfer and a surf mapper. I
Okay.
imagine he likes both still. He's just making a meme.
He's being a goofball.
He
But
made
with
a-
that, we hit 90K with that.
We did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, little clap us in chat for that. Thank you, guys.
Next goal is 100K, chat. You hear me? Let's get there.
Yeah, let's get there by the end of the segment.
Real quick.
Real quick. Winky emoji. Zoom. So we're here on Surf Overgrowth 2. Morning was going to be here, but I think he had work to attend to. So Trufflecopter's going to step in and give it a go. The Overgrowth maps made by, I believe, Fission are wonderful, and they're actually classics in my opinion. I think Overgrowth 1 is one of the most iconic maps in Surf, at least in TF2, where it's played pretty much all day alongside Surf Classics for some reason. And this is a staged map, and I think there's only 4 stages, but each stage is very long, so it's you kind of have to practice for a while to beat each stage if you're a newer surfer.
So is there some kind of central hub for surfers if someone wanted to get into surfing or something like that, like some sort of forum or site or something along those lines?
Yeah, so for Counter-Strike Global Offensive and Counter-Strike Source, you're going to have the KSF Clan forum, and if you just search that in Google, KSF Clan, you'll find it. And for Team Fortress 2, you'll have Resurfed. You can just type in resurf.com, and it'll pull up the forums there and have all the servers.
There's also communities in Gmod and even Roblox. Roblox has a surfing mod. But
Yeah.
pretty much.
We were going to do that as a donation incentive, but it was very complicated to set up.
Yeah, put any
That
source
sounds
game
wicked.
and then Roblox for some reason. You can find it.
Dude, the Roblox engine is sick. What can you say, man?
It does everything.
Can't mess with
It's
perfection.
a good game.
Lost
Someone
my
could
train
talk
of
about
thought.
max velocity surfing.
Yep.
Fail.
So,
But I was going to touch on something, but I completely forgot. But yeah, this is a longer... This is actually, I would consider probably one of the easier tier 5s. It's broken up. It's just a very long map. It does kind of take a while to learn it because each ramp you go to is kind of blind, as it were. You can't really see where it is until you're approaching it. So you kind of have to memorize this map in order to beat it. Much like most maps, but more so on this map because you literally can't see where you're going until after you leave the map or the ramps and make your move.
Got some more donations coming in here. Jared Niles or Roy Hobbs, $30 says awesome as usual. Thank you, we appreciate it. $20 from Anonymous. Shout out to Silver Thing. Also, the surfer is doing a great job. Thank you, Anonymous. Technic Play, $30. Thank you for hosting such a great charity event. Let's hope it makes the world a better place. Thank you for the donations.
Yeah, you guys are burning through this maps. I'm not sure what we are on time, but we're already almost into the tier 6 maps. So we're gonna have Beetle grinding the bonus for about an hour here.
Yeah, wait. Yeah. You can't
So
see,
settle in.
Can't see the game chat.
buckle up.
We've been kind of telling each other to slow down a little bit.
Well, if you guys, we can do like extra maps. We have, we do have a server that has pretty much every map, so we can just do more maps after. If we want Trufflecopter to do Sinsane bonus, that's perfectly fine. We can just go ahead and have him play that.
Yeah. Did we
real
install
quick.
Roblox on any of the PCs or?
No.
Guys should probably get on that.
It's too bad.
Yep, that is a shame.
Next year, it's just going to be Roblox all the way through.
Well, the
Yep.
surprise is gone now, so.
We got $50 from Albano says, "Oh my dog, bark the cancer away. Oh my dog." Thank you,
Woo,
Albano.
woo.
$50.
Roo, roo, roo.
TotH, ESA Dave.
Woof, barf.
Yeah, speaking of Dave, there's a cute corgi named Dave, and it's a great name for a dog.
Yep.
We have an emote of
emote.
him with a little hat on. If you would like to subscribe to our Twitch page, it's half off this September.
Oh yeah.
To
We
get
got,
Dave and friends.
we got All My Dogs, and we got TotH Dave's
Yep.
coming on through.
You know what, Kurt? You should subscribe to my channel because you forgot my birthday.
Oh, I should.
Oh.
Happy birthday.
Let's get rid of this guy,
No,
please.
Yeah, let's can we, mute this guy in
Self-advertising.
multiple, please.
Truck, it's the exact same as your birthday. Come on.
Oh my God! Yeah, I forgot about that. I forgot my own birthday. Oh shoot! Well, happy birthday! 2
Easy
months ago,
mistake.
3 months ago. But speaking of birthdays, when's everybody's birthday? No.
Let's go around the circle. We'll start on the left.
Yeah, that's a great segment. So we got $30 from V-Clocks. So happy to see another tip of the hats, as it's such a great event with many great people. Glad I still see and meet so many great people in the community at events like I-61 or just in streams. Keep up the great work. Thank you, V-Clocks.
And his name was created during a previous tip of the hats.
Oh,
After
really?
Dark, yeah. 2013, I think.
That is, well, this is Tip of the
Yeah,
Hats
this
Memories
is-
Edition.
This is Tip of the Hats Memories Edition. We have not come up with a single original joke. Surf community, it's all you.
Pipe,
I
pipe.
Go
certainly
for
haven't.
it. Yeah, pipe, that's still from last year.
Reclaim.
Reclaim, that's from last year.
$30 from Burma Loop. I love this stream. I love the ideas. I just wish I could donate more. Well, hey, any amount counts. Here is some of the money I could spare for now. Thanks. No, thank you, Burma Loop. $10 from Anonymous. No message, but that $10 does count.
It does. Another cool thing is dabbing. Boy, that'll last
So,
forever.
$10 from Cogs Fix More. Thanks for hosting a wonderful event. Keep up the wonderful work. And looking forward to the PUBG events. That's coming up next. And we have hit the PUBG incentive, donation
Oh,
incentive.
great.
So that'll be fun. And
Love
of course, the sideshow incentive. It's still, we got to reach that one. I think we're
Yeah,
at
I'm gonna
about
have to
2K of the
shell
5.
out-
So
Yeah.
Have any of you guys
dropping the
seen
bones.
someone eat a Carolina Reaper before?
I can tell a story about what I saw here because Dashner was handling the Reapers, and I saw him over at the sink, like rinsing crazy with water, like and I was like, "Did you eat it?" He's like, "No, I'm just being very careful." Like these
You don't
are
want that in
they're
your eye,
dead
you won't be able to
serious.
see.
Yeah, like they're dead serious. I don't want to go near them. I had a jalapeno like 3 days ago, and I was like choking.
So
It's
what
like
are,
the lowest spiciness.
what are we on now? What is this one?
This is Surf Stonework 3, made by Mr. Cow once again, as Crocodile on the cam showcased those little cows at the beginning of the map. And this is another long stage map. I believe this is Tier 5 still? Or is it Tier 6 territory?
Yeah.
Tier 5.
And Silver Thing doing the chatting and surfing, the wombo combo here.
Damn.
Multitask.
Not very good job, apparently.
It's okay. We gotta mess up to elongate the map list here.
But I can keep messing up, that's fine.
Great, that's what everyone
Perfect.
wants.
That's why
to
we
see.
brought you on.
That's what everyone wants to see. Can we get some please mess up in the chat? Please.
Mess
Thank you.
up.
Okay, we got $10 from Burb Princess. I'm so glad I could contribute to such a great charity. Rock on, guys. Thank you, Burb Princess, for the $10. Almost lasted $5. What is tip of the hats? That's a new phrase no one has uttered. Bear216, $10 as well. Love Team Fortress 2 and its community. Thank you for all that you guys do. I love TF2 and its community as well. And that includes you, Bear. Thank you for the $10. Guys, we are, it's looking like we could definitely hit that 100K today. That would be
We
awesome.
definitely can.
If we don't, dude, I'm gonna freak.
Yeah,
You know?
me also.
Freak out.
I think people will want to see that though.
I'll freak maybe tomorrow.
All right, Mike.
We actually got another donation from friend of the stream who donates a lot of money. PS Triple. PS3IA. $50. Whoops, I forgot a zero. Thank you, PS Triple.
That's all right. You can pay us back whenever.
Yeah. So you guys have anything to shout out for your individual communities? Because I know there are multiple communities being represented in the surf segment. I know most surfers in the segment right now are source surfers, but we do have some resurf surfers in voice right now. Do you guys have anything to say if you are here?
I guess one thing to shout out would be the KSF Records and the Resurfed Records YouTube channels. There you can see the best times for maps and compilations of like stage records or anything. For KSF, it's KSF Records on YouTube, and for Resurfed, it's Resurfed Community.
Cool. Well, I think we'll get our mods to spam those in the chat a little bit so people can go check them out.
Yeah, it's before the bots were added to the server, it was pretty much the only way I knew how to like see how to beat certain maps. You just have a YouTube video on the background while you're just grinding a stage, just pausing and repeating the video. But now we have the tech in-game bots to show off the stages and maps.
And if you're interested in seeing the most recent maps that have come out for Surf Cinema on YouTube, run by a very well-known mapper named Juxtapo, has a lot of the majority of stuff that's coming out nowadays on there with all the strategies you need to beat them.
Yeah, and I know Beetle, you've been doing a YouTube series of like how to get better, and I think you might be possibly doing like a how to surf. There is a nice how to surf video by Streebree on his YouTube channel, but it's a little bit dated. I think a little bit of an update would be pretty cool, because surfing is one of those things that's very easy to learn and very difficult to master, and much like jump, you kind of hit walls that you kind of have to unlock a certain part of your brain, I guess, to get past a certain section of maps, like a certain tier. When you start out, you're probably only going to be able to beat tier 1s, and you might hit a wall, and then finally you'll be able to, things will click and you'll be able to beat tier 2s, and so on and so forth. But it gets harder and harder, and it takes longer and longer, and having more resources available would be pretty nice. We have the videos showcasing the best of the best, but we don't really have much showing people how to get better. So how do you get better? How do you get better at surf?
A lot of practice.
It is a lot.
That's about it, really. Just a lot of hours, a lot of grinding. Looking up like the old world record videos of maps as well.
Since you bring it up, Kurt, I have been kind of, when I have the time, working on a little YouTube series for kind of advanced strategies. I think in general, playing a lot of maps and watching videos is what'll get you, the basics down pretty well. And then if you want to take it to the next level and try to do, speed runs and world records, there are some new resources coming up for that. Like I said, I've been working on it. I think a couple other surfers might be doing stuff for it. I know I'm collaborating with a couple people. Juxtapo, the mapper that we were talking about, is helping me with one of my new videos.
And Beetle,
there are new resources coming out. Yeah,
that is really cool, because it's interesting to see how big the surf community has grown with like pretty much just a community and a bunch of maps to work with. In a lot of games, there's just like handheld tutorials. You just do this, this, and this, and then you get better. But in surf, it's just kind of like just play a bunch of maps, grind, and get better. And it's actually quite fun and incredibly rewarding, because there's so many maps at your disposal. If you don't like a certain map at a certain difficulty, you could just play another one at the same difficulty that you might find more fun. And this map right now is Surf Technique. It came out very recently. And it's a super basic map, but it's quite difficult. I think people have described it as the surf beginner, like an advanced surf beginner, as Beetle completes it right now. And I think that might be our last tier 5 map, as we will dip into the big boys.
We actually have one more.
One more?
For, this map, Surf Technique, was made by Extra Festive, who I believe is a TF2
Whoa, there we
surfer,
go.
TF2 mapper. So shouts out to Resurfed. Great map. I was very happy he let me help him test that one.
And PS Triple just remembered the 0. He downloaded that, or donated. I keep saying downloaded. My brain is mush.
Yeah, PS Triple
$500.
donates $500, 5 bones. And he says again, whoops, I forgot a 0. So thank you, PS Triple, for 500. Well, donate 5,000.
How many zeros is he going to forget?
He does 5,000. I'll smash my head into that gong. And also,
Get right.
$30 from Anonymous
Watch what you say.
says, you guys are beautiful. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
You too.
So we got Dancing Tree.
Yeah, this map is very old and has some inappropriate Easter eggs in it that we can't really show on screen. But Silver Thing's going to be giving it a go, I believe. It's called Surf the Distance.
This is actually going to be a race.
Oh, it's going to be a race. Okay, so this is this the longest linear map right now? It must be.
It is.
It's gotta be.
I think so.
Yeah.
As a linear,
It's
yeah, I
around?
guess.
It's a lot of minutes long, and you have to do it all in one go. If you fail at all, you go right back to the beginning. And I think we're going to be starting the race soon.
Is there someone
who's
that's
racing?
gonna? Is there someone that's gonna talk to us while the race is happening? Because I know you want to stay focused on it as well, while you're doing it, or maybe not. Maybe everyone wants to talk.
We have a lot of people in voice.
Yeah.
We can talk through the map, but it's a fairly old map. It's pretty cool. There's a lot of shortcuts. It's difficult in the sense that it's incredibly long. I think there's really not anything technically difficult about it other than just staying concentrated for like 5 minutes or however long it is when you first beat it. I think the world record's like 2 minutes or something. I don't know, but it's a very long map. I think it's
just
Truffle
under
and
3
Silver.
minutes. Just under 3 minutes.
For the world record.
Right
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a very long map. Yeah, I just have not played it in a long time. I think that we played this at Tip of the Hats 1 with Rain and Mike. I'm not sure if either of them are still surfing. I'm sure some of you guys know who they are. The TF2 surfers that I think I think the story behind either one or both of them is that they joined KSF after playing a bunch of TF2 and they got banned for cheating or something when they first came in because they were just too good or something. I don't know. That was a rumor for a while.
I wouldn't be surprised. Rain's very good.
Rain was a TF2 jumper, I think. He has a lot of videos on his YouTube channel. Very, very good jumper.
I think Mike was too. Mike, for the longest time, had just a Labrador avatar.
Yeah, I did.
Golden Retriever.
It's not me. It's a different Mike.
Not you.
I
No,
don't think
Mike
you
in
can
caps
see it on
lock. You're
screen, but,
bad at video games, Mike. I'm
Yep,
sorry.
that's true.
Yep. Sorry. So far, Silver
Truffle
Thing hasn't
has gone
failed.
back to the beginning.
What's that?
I said Truffle has had to go back to the beginning. He's failed.
Yes.
So Silver Thing has quite a big lead on him.
Yeah, if he finishes it, he's gonna be the winner of our first race. I think we are gonna close it out with a Omnific race, so we'll have to wait until the end to do Omnific here. And that's I would say that's probably the most iconic surf map. It's one of those maps that's really difficult, but it's staged in a way where if you're a brand new surfer, you can still play the map. There's 16 stages. Every 3 stages is based off of a tier, so it goes tier 1 through 6, 3 stages per tier.
And now we have Truffle back in the lead.
Yeah, and Silver goofed up the end there, and Truffle's about halfway through this weird anti-grav part that is not in any other map because it's a questionable mapping decision, I would say.
Yeah, we don't do this nowadays.
Unfortunately.
Mappers. Yeah.
Yeah.
We mentioned how the world record on this map is just under 3 minutes long, but I think most people, for their casual first time completing it, tend to be closer to, if not more than 4 minutes, which goes to show how many shortcuts have gone into optimizing a record on a map this old.
Yeah, and do you think this map is like super optimized? I don't think it's a fairly popular map. It's just kind of known for being a very long linear map.
No, not optimized.
No, with something of this length, there's just way too much that you could improve on. There's just too much surf to do everything perfectly.
So if you were to bring out your protractor, it might break.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's
I'm
so
sure,
much.
yeah.
There's so much that
Yeah.
could be done. There's probably like at least 10 seconds.
If someone wanted to take a few hours to use a tool, maybe try and do it, then yeah, we could see how much more can be taken off that record.
And how many maps do you think this applies to? Like, what makes a popular map, you think? Because I know some maps are much more contested than others. Before, it was the points, and nowadays, like, the point system got shifted, and I think people are playing more maps that they thoroughly enjoy playing rather than, like, the Tier 1 maps that used to give you, like, 1,000,000 points.
Yeah, it's really just the style of surf. The surf itself is the most important thing when it comes to fun for most people. Theme and stuff like that. Shortcuts don't really matter. It just has to be good surf.
So if you could define that for me, because personally I kind of like more like smooth and like elongated maps like Surf
Yeah.
Overgrowth, and some people like more like tight and technical maps like Surf Technique?
We kind of have a running joke. You want maps to have good flow. It just has to flow very well. You want to have, well, I guess in some people's cases, like you were just saying, you want to have very smooth mouse movement. You don't want to have anything that's unnatural to the player, really. That's the most important thing.
There are some maps that, by today's standards would be considered bad maps, but they do get away with the merit of being older maps, and so they've just had the time to kind of foster, optimized world records and legends around them, kind of thing. Like Surf Utopia comes to mind. It's not a great map by any standards, but it looks okay, and it's old, and the world record has a history behind it.
That is very interesting because I do remember Sinza having a lot of world records, and then he had to like go off and serve his country. I think he is a South Korean surfer, and his records lasted for so long. And some of the maps may have not been very good, but people just wanted to like be a part of like the history of whatever the map is, I guess, to beat really old records. As it looks like Silver Thing is going to finish this map. It is a 3-minute, 16-second linear run. Finally, we have a winner of our first race. Congratulations, Silver Thing. You win a ball.
I did not expect to win that. Yeah, thanks. Great.
Woo! You win a ball.
Ball.
I don't want the ball.
One ball.
You can have it.
No ball.
Well,
You take the ball.
no choice.
I'll keep the one ball.
Got some more donations here. Join Census 90, $25. Save the jumpers. The jumping, that'll come up.
Yeah,
tomorrow?
The jump.
Is that tomorrow?
Yeah.
I believe that's tomorrow. The jump
Awesome.
Community have been working around the clock, or at least typing in Discord around the clock for their event. I am very much looking forward to it. Last year was fantastic, and I'm sure this year will be great too.
I love getting Discord notifications.
And Cyanide Lemons with
we love them.
$100. First time I actually have a job during tip of the hat, so here you go for the kids and shiz. Thank you, Cyanide Lemons, for the $100. And Troy, $30. Hello, thanks for doing the stream for a great cause. Also, if you want to extend the surf segment, let Sloth surf B4.
And B4 is referring to the hardest
was that?
bonus. Surfing lingo. B4 means bonus 4, and bonus 4 always refers to that map nowadays.
Okay. So I'm just going to have to explain why that is so difficult, because to a layman, a plebeian such as myself, I just don't understand what was so difficult about that. So we go
The
back
answer
to
is probably just try it yourself and you'll see. Probably.
You basically have to surf it an incredibly specific way to even have a chance at beating the stage. You need to have a high amount of units and be able to approach each ramp to get those units for each gap. I'm assuming that's how you do it, because I've never beaten it. I've gotten to the third ramp once.
I'll just say, I have over 14 hours on that bonus, and I haven't beaten it. So.
Wow. That's pretty
wild. That must be frustrating.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I have given up.
It's basically the closest thing to perfect surfing required for beating something. That's the best way to explain it.
Gotcha.
Wow.
So we are on Surf Stonework 4. It's the same theme. It's a castle theme map by Mr. Cow, and it's cool how these Stonework maps look. They all have the same theme, but they look so much different. Like this one's like more I don't know history, but it looks cool. It's a part of history, the architecture.
I think he worked on this map for like 2 years or something.
Yeah, Stonework 4 was actually, it was kind of a meme at the point where Cow finally dropped it. It came out of nowhere. People weren't really expecting it to happen. It was just on the server one day all of a sudden. And people have been bothering Cow to make it for, it must have been at least a couple of years, yeah.
And it is a tier 6 map. This is the hardest Stonework map. And it's many stages. All stages are pretty long, and you have to be very specific. Each stage gets harder and harder as system is on, I believe, I can't see, but one of the final stages of the map. 6 out of 8 or 7 or 9?
7.
Okay.
6 is the run killer on this map.
Yeah.
We have more donations flowing in. A consistent stream of donations during this segment, which we appreciate.
Yeah,
Anonymous,
shout out to the surf community.
$50 with a heart. Thank you, Anonymous. And Stocking, $30. Last I checkers, it was 69,000. Now 90,000. That's insane. Yes, you guys have been doing an amazing job sending in the donations. Of course, we appreciate it very much, as does the One Step Camp. And, of course, there are also so many ways to get your money to the charity. We have all these products for sale, the tees, stickers, keychains. You can sub. There's a million and one things you can do.
I just subbed.
Oh, well,
Proud of you,
there you
Mike.
have it.
Thank you.
But we appreciate it very much, guys. Thank you.
So if you'd like
Onto
to
the last
donate,
stage.
name your favorite surfer. Just put these guys on the spot here. Name your favorites. Who's your favorite surfer,
Arctics.
Mike?
Kelly Slater.
What about
Good
you,
night,
Wyatt?
everybody. But seriously, folks.
Well, I can't top that one.
Oh, Kelly Slater wins.
Kelly.
I
But
don't
that's
think he
never
knows
been
what a
said.
computer is. But
Oh, man. $30 from Anonymous. Hey, guys, I've been playing TF2 since 2013, and I think what you guys do is unbelievably admirable beyond words. Keep fighting the good fight and help the kids. Well, thank you for joining in on the good fight for those kids.
We got a lot of
Anonymous.
people in Twitch chat jumping in with their favorites. A lot of T-flows being dropped. Rain, Melinda.
who's T-Flow?
Can we get some third-person cheats in the chat?
I thought it was just Truffle. I thought it was just a cool
Is
nickname.
that your nickname, Truffle? T-Flow. That's pretty
Yeah,
good.
it's kind of an inside joke.
He's a person, okay? He has feelings too.
There were enough people saying it that I just assumed it was real.
Oh, he is real. He's a very real
this-
person.
Yeah,
This
he's in the
map is
server right
also
now.
like
He's
fun.
surfing.
Well, I just
I
got
don't know.
bamboozled to the moon then, I guess.
T-Flow.
Done reading Twitch chat. Learned my lesson.
So we're surfing this map, me and Truffle.
So it's Sloth versus Truffle. Go ahead whenever you guys are ready. Count it down, Wyatt.
From 11.
All
From
right.
11. From 11.
On go.
11.
11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
All right. Here we go. Thanks for doing that.
Sloth went early. He cheated.
Yeah, like the start zone there, Sloth.
If for those that are watching, you also can donate through TF2 and CSGO items through scrap.tf. Go to tipofthehats/donate. You can find the item donation button there. All item donations get converted directly into real money. Thank you to marketplace.tf and scrap.tf for allowing that to be possible.
Yeah, get those skins in there, boys and girls.
And this map is called Surf 666, made by the same guy that made Surf Space Jam.
Spooky.
Yeah, and it was actually advertised in Surf Space Jam.
Really?
Yeah. There's a movie theater in Surf Space Jam that you can go into, and it
Oh.
says, coming soon, Surf 666, and here we are.
I like that.
Yeah, it's quite nice.
Mappers always have those little cool little ideas like that. I like that.
And
So if you want to know,
go ahead.
if you want to know why it's called Surf 666, it is 6 stages. It is a tier 6 map, and there's 6 bonuses. There you go.
Cool.
Oh, and I think you guys wanted to do a race on the 6 bonus, which is the hardest one, sometime during the stream. I think we can hold off until after Beetle beats the modern bonus, because that one might take a while as well. Is that probably one of the hardest bonuses as well on this map?
I think bonus 6 before bonus 4 came out on Surf Modern would be considered the hardest. It still might be considered the hardest to some people, but it has been out for much longer, so more people.
So do we have any more donations, Wyatt?
Oh, yes.
To read
I
off?
was trying to refresh. Smashing F5. All right. Anonymous, $20. He says, bees? Thank you, Anonymous.
Bees! That's a really old reference. I'm sure if Wyatt, not you, I'm sure if Alex, Sean, or Ozzy are watching, are probably losing over that one. Thank you for the bees.
Sneak, $10. 85 tick, best surf.
Oh, that's actually a good
discussion
donation comment. So what do you guys think about? So So what does that mean? What does 85 tick surf mean? And what is ticks? Does anybody know what ticks are?
What is surf?
This is a veto question right here.
Veto.
You veto? You don't want to talk about it?
Veto, yeah, veto.
Yeah,
the
veto.
question. So different servers have different tick rates. I don't know if you're familiar with CS:GO, you've heard the whole 64 versus 128 tick debate. But most surf takes place on, most competitive surf takes place on CSS, and we run CSS servers at 66 tick rate. CS:GO has some servers that run at different tick rates, and the difference between them is higher tick rates tend to be easier, or they don't tend to be, they are. Your speed is maintained. Your speed is maintained much easier for you, so you can be a little sloppier. So 85 tick is a server called Horizon Surf on CS:GO. Runs 85 tick, which is kind of in the middle of the most common 66 versus 100 tick rate.
Cool. Sorry, we were
Beetle,
making.
Oh,
sorry. We had a big donation. I'm sorry. We had $500 come in from Muselk.
Muselk.
Yeah.
What's up?
Gamer.
Elliot
Elliot
Watkins. Thank you,
Ellica.
Muselk, for the $500. He says, for anyone doubting if TF2 has the best community, I think Tip of the Hats kind of makes it obvious. I've been trying to come back, but Jeff Kaplan has me locked in a cupboard. Send help. Well,
Sorry,
at least you have
Muselk.
your phone and you have a PayPal account. Thank you, Muselk, for those $500.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you,
No, I
Muselk.
appreciate it. Thank you, Muselk.
Yeah.
Oh, and Anonymous, he's given us opinion on his favorite surfer with $3.50 donation. He says Pignu is the best server. Surfer.
Cool. Yeah, sorry, guys. Sorry for the
So
interruption.
we can switch maps as Beetle continues to talk about tick rate. But basically, in layman's terms, the higher the tick rate, the easier it is to surf. You get speed much quicker, much easier. Most maps are designed for lower tick rate, which they are playing on right now. And higher tick rate is easier, lower tick rate is much harder, and how the maps were meant to be played, at least most maps. So, but the interesting thing about having a higher tick rate is that different shortcuts can be possible, and it's a different kind of atmosphere. I guess at a higher level, I don't really know how many higher level surfers surf at a high tick rate, but I'm sure there's interesting things you can do at a higher tick rate.
You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it wasn't explained. Tick rate is the amount of updates your position is given by the server.
Yeah, it's kind of like the unit of
Per
time
second.
that the server reads as opposed to seconds.
Yeah.
And it ties into the physics of the physics engine.
So you're actually going to go for Sinsane right now? This is considered probably one of the hardest maps to complete. It's a lot of the more difficult parts of difficult maps put together all in one go. And then there's a bonus at the end, which is one of the hardest bonuses. On top of that, you have to complete the entire map to even attempt the bonus. And I guess Tropicopter's going to try it right now.
Cool.
The hero.
They're actually just racing the normal map.
Oh.
Just racing the normal map? Okay.
Yeah, not
well,
as
if you can do the
exciting.
bonus,
That's
well,
cool too.
if you can do the bonus on stream, you know, they'll be you'll get some internet bucks, I'm sure.
You get some emotes in chat.
Yeah, well, you'll get an emote in chat.
At least
You
one.
can pick which emote as well.
We got a $10 donation from Mr. Null, who says, System and Beetle are my favorite surfers. Might be biased since they added a pleb like myself, Winky Face. Mr. Null, thank you for $10. Dan94 with $10 as well. No message, but that is okay. We appreciate the donations very much. Nana's $10 with a smiley face.
Oh, I like that one.
Just a little smile. So when was this map made? It's somewhat older maps put together. As I was saying, they're just stages from older maps put together in a linear fashion.
Yeah, I think this map was made in 2012 by Very Bad Boat. Literally just stealing the last stage of a load of maps and putting them into one as a linear, and that was it.
Yeah.
He's just a thief. No copyrights in Surf just yet.
Yeah.
This
But it
is a
works.
bad
Yeah.
example of making a hard map. That's what this is.
Yeah.
And speaking of, I wanted to mention Momentum Mod a little bit because we might be surfing in that next year if that ever gets released. it's kind of an attempt to consolidate all the surf communities into one game. If any of you guys can touch on that. I know a lot of you guys surf on Momentum Mod from time to time.
Don't care.
I'm surfing.
You're the only one.
Yeah, I think
You're the
Beetle
only
Wait,
one.
Beetle's gonna do it. Oh no, he's not. He is surfing. Beetle probably can explain it the best, but he is surfing right now. So maybe when he's
Okay.
I don't know. But essentially, it's a mod, a free mod that Goknak is working on with a team of coders. Every once in a while, they push out updates, and it's essentially just surf. But you don't need to own Counter-Strike Source. You don't need to own any of the games. You just download the mod. You play surf.
That's cool.
It has like an integrated timer. It's going to have like a global leaderboards. I think they're going to try making like a single-player mode as well. It's going to be pretty interesting, and I'm very excited about it. And hopefully, it does what it sets out to do, which is to consolidate the surf community. Because there's a lot of surfers out there, but they're playing different games and they're not really interacting with each other. Yeah, and
You're telling me I don't have to buy Roblox anymore.
I think the Roblox.
They're loving it.
The Roblox community is probably going to stick together forever. And he did beat the map. This is the bonus. No pressure, Beetle.
Nope.
Oh. Well,
Yeah,
Beetle
for
wins
reference,
there. And we have about 15 minutes. If we want to do maybe one more map and then do an Omnific race to shut it down, slam it shut. Or do you want to do an Omnific race and see if Beetle can beat the bonus? Whatever you guys want to do. We want to get that
I think
Omnific
we'll
race.
just go to Omnific, yeah.
I think we have to do Omnific, don't we?
Yeah,
Cool.
we have to.
We got a $10 donation from Dexter, who says, I'll just donate this small amount to say that Silver Thing is the best surfer.
Silver Thing.
He's also very nice to look at. Eye candy from Dexter.
Wow.
I love Dexter so much.
If you guys want to shout out your Twitch streams, I know a lot of you guys stream on Twitch. Go for it.
Wants to start?
Hardex. Go ahead, Hardex. You were already gonna do it.
Yeah, you are.
Twitch.tv/Hardex. 2 R's, HARRDEX. Truck should subscribe.
Yeah, maybe one day.
Just
Next year on
reiterate
your
that.
birthday.
Called out.
Okay, don't forget.
I won't.
Twitch.tv/I'm_president_sloth.
What a boy.
Blocks TF2 for me.
Silver Thing TG.
Beetle 179. BEE. Not like the Beatles. Good band. Not my name.
Trufflecopter.
Yeah, Trufflecopter is one of the lower viewer streamers. If you want to go ahead and follow
We haven't
him.
heard of him before.
Yeah, if you haven't heard of him, you should check him out. He's a cool dude. You guys want to start? You guys want to start?
Do you want to do a countdown?
I don't know where we're going.
Yeah, Mike,
Do you
count
want to do a
down from
countdown for us?
60.
No, please don't.
No.
All right, give him a countdown. Any number you want to
419.
start.
4, 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, well, this is Surf Omnific. We do this every
come
year.
on.
In my opinion, it's the most iconic surf map.
I got a ramp bug.
And it's spaced out by tier. If you're a newbie surfer, you can actually go into this map. It's a tier 6 map, but it starts off very easy. And as you can see, each stage flows into each other, and it provides for some interesting, an interesting experience for pretty much all skill levels, in my opinion.
Yeah, this map is just awesome to look at. This is the one that always sticks out to me. I always remember this one from every year.
It's just tradition. It's got to be done.
Mm-hmm. And
by
Truffle
me,
doing
though.
a shortcut there. Big boy shortcut. Easy for me to say.
Where's your board?
Now he's just trick surfing. All right.
Hot dogging it.
Yep.
Hot dogger.
Hot dogger.
Hot dogger.
Yeah, hot dogger. Oh yeah, Truffle has a hot dog hat.
Dogger.
It's also a hat in TF2.
Oh, yeah, I remember
Oh.
that one.
It was inspired by Truffle's stream.
Oh, cool.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Yeah.
That was actually my favorite hat when I play a lot of TF2.
Hell
Hot
yeah.
dogger.
Is that why you have the
yeah.
hot dogger hat?
Yeah. I have a friend who was really into TF2, and then he bought me the hat. He was like, here you go.
It's awesome. See, TF2 lives in all of us, no matter what.
Does
You can't
live in us.
escape it. It's kind of like a virus.
Uh-huh.
Yep. Okay, that's the hardest shortcut on the map. I thought I was getting it. Silver Thing going for the big boy plays, and he's saving it as well. And Silver Thing and Travelcopter, I think, have the top 2 times in this map. How long did you grind this map to get the world record, Truffle? How many months?
How many years?
How many years?
How many decades did it take?
It was between a time of like 1 to 3 months. And it was like one rotation is 80 minutes, so probably like 10 or 15 a rotation. 10 or 15 rotations to do it.
Damn.
It took me 4 hours.
Wow.
So basically,
Very
what
short.
the
It's amazing. The second
does
guy
anybody have
sounds
a
cooler.
calculator in chat that can put those numbers together?
Put them together?
Yeah, put the numbers together. Add, subtract. We got protractors, but we don't have calculators.
Oh, okay.
Just a couple more donations. Bees donates $1. He says bees.
I don't think he understands the joke.
No, Deltron.
Oh, of course he does. He's in the Bud Squad.
Deltron, $10 donation. I hope this money comes to good use. Favorite surfer is Crash Fort or Cinza, and tell Travelcopter to do surf_rans.
Okay.
I think that's similar to Omnific, but it's just not a good map.
We don't have time, but he can do it off stream, his own time.
Are you talking about kids
He loves
too?
to do it on stream.
Surf Rans is my favorite map, chat.
It's a surf meme. It's one of those maps that has just pictures of people in it, and no one knows who they are except for a select few people. And I was playing another map, and there was a picture of a guy holding a gun to a surf forum. So that was pretty interesting. Some really interesting textures on old maps.
Edgy.
Yeah. Apparently that's Sloth's brother, but I think I've been trolled, so.
No.
No? Okay. I've never been trolled, so.
You disrespected my brother?
I don't want to get shot by him. So no.
Yeah, he's got a gun.
Yeah.
You saw it.
He knows how to use it too, I think.
Yeah, he points it as a computer screen. I think that's how you use it. Speaking of gun, you guys are gunning it right now. Oh man, that didn't transition as good as I thought.
Sick.
Tough crowd.
That was good.
Speaking of hot dogs.
So what's your favorite toppings on hot dog?
So we got a $100 donation from Luna with a heart. Thank you, Luna.
I like
Love
bacon
you
bits
too.
on mine.
$10 donation from Hero Art 110, donating for the kids, of course. This event is one of the reasons why I love this community, whether it's creative artwork, fun maps, hilarious memes, and loads more this community has to offer. Put this to Train Saw Laser. That already happened.
Oldie but a
We might
goodie.
need to close that if it's open right now. But
can
thank
I
you.
ask, what would be your ideal hat out of one of these? That's another
Remember that?
memory. Yep.
From
Hot
2 years
dog.
ago.
The memory stream.
We're gonna bring the Ghost of Germa on Sunday, I believe, which is tomorrow.
Yep, and keep in mind, we have the item donations going. You can donate those CSGO or TF2 items, and they get converted to cold hard cash. Shoeman, that's what he opted to do. He sent in a key. That's $1.90. So if you just have keys laying around, you can just send those right over our way, and that gets converted to money for the kids.
Just crack open your backpacks.
And $5.70 in items from Firestar W as well. We appreciate that. So, guys, just check your backpacks. You have so many random things
Dude, I
that you
donated
probably
all
don't
my
use
stuff,
that you can
dude.
just
It was like
magically turn
$300
into
worth of stuff.
I didn't get
Yeah,
a chance earlier, but when I
exactly.
do, I'm going to pop all my skins. I don't play friggin' CSGO. I've
Yeah,
got
you
good
just have
guns.
stuff that
Don't
you
you
don't
have a
even realize
knife,
is worth
dude?
money.
I sold the knife already, but I have a pretty good AK and a bunch of stuff. Yeah.
Mike is known for his CS ability, but he had to retire due to being too good.
Torn hamstring, yeah.
Yeah.
So, wait, so what's going on? Who's in the lead here?
I think.
What's happening?
Who is in the lead? Does anybody know?
Yeah. Right now we have Callie in the lead by at least 2 stages.
And he just beat the hardest stage on the map. And he should be.
He's on stage 17 now.
And now he's doing the last 2 stages. And these are pretty long. This stage in particular has a very, very slow and gradual beginning until it actually becomes difficult. So if you screw up the stage, it's going to eat a lot of time away. So people will have room to catch up if he unfortunately fails here. No pressure.
There might be a little bit of pressure,
Just a little bit of pressure, actually.
but just a normal amount.
Yeah, just a normal amount of pressure. And he just slices
He's
through
not
the
phased.
stage.
Wow.
Not phased at all. Going directly into the last stage, aligning himself perfectly onto the ramp. Smooth transition. going over to the
Ramp
probably-
bug.
Oh, ramp bug. No ramp bug just
I
yet.
was waiting for it.
Andy.
He's going hyper, chat.
Yeah, he's going hyper right
Going
now.
hyper.
Dude.
He's losing it.
Dude, we're gonna go
freaking
back
out.
to
Yeah.
Star
No,
Trek
he's
Bridge
just-
Crew.
Completely dominating this map.
He's charging his warp
This is why
coils.
I have him test my stuff.
He's charging his warp coils. The last ramp, no ramp bugs. He's wiggling around. And Kelly,
Easy.
what is your champ?
Easy. He
Damn.
beat his PR.
He beat his PR.
Really?
On
on the
screen.
stage,
Oh, wow.
maybe.
Holy smokes.
Shout out to Uncle Dane.
Nice. I missed this earlier, but Artichoke, a $300 donation.
Wow.
No message, but you
Thank
got to
you,
point
Artie.
that out. So thank you, Artie, for 300.
US dollars. Yeah.
And he's playing the ending of this map. This ending was
Oh yeah.
created by someone, the LT community. My mind's drawing a blank.
You are Nairo.
Nairo, I
Checkham.
believe, made this. QR, Nairo, and Checkham made this map, and I think Nairo made the textures and the outro, which is pretty cool. Yeah, we kind of show this at the end of every stream. It's pretty neat how much you can do with old engines, like old beautiful game engines. Like nowadays you have Overwatch where you're just skating around the map, where in this you can control your guy. That was a horrible comparison, but you
I know
what
exactly what you mean.
Oh,
Yes.
good
Wait,
comparison.
hope
Now I know what you
Overwatch, hope Overwatch isn't next on
Yeah.
the schedule.
Yeah, Overwatch is a really awful game, and we decided to
And
put it
coming up
onto
next,
that
Overwatch.
Switch. No, Overwatch. The Overwatch segment has actually been really good. Shout out to Sideshow, Harsha, and Sammy Face.
But we'll
for
get to that all in time.
doing that.
We can still.
And the players and the surfers for playing Overwatch sometimes on their free time. I know you guys like playing that game, but do it.
So
Just
up
do
next.
it for the money.
No, if you are wondering what's up next, that's going to be PUBG in a little bit. We've hit all the donation incentives for that. $10 from Doomelcorn. Shout out to Gabriel. I'm sorry. Well,
Sorry, Gabriel.
sorry, Gabe.
Gabriel Newell, probably.
Gold Rush Buster, $9.99. That's $9.99. Is a hot dog a sandwich for the kids?
Wow.
Is it a sandwich?
Well, I don't know. Are you asking
He must
me
have
for
thought
it?
of that.
Production's asking me if we are done. I think we could get Beetle to do a couple attempts on the bonus here, and then production can just shut everybody off when they're done, when they're ready. Because I know we want to get Jeff from Camp One. We want to get Jeff from
sorry.
Camp One Step to speak for the charity in a bit here. You guys were saying?
Sorry, I was just gonna say that we're actually gonna do 666 bonus 6 instead.
All right. Yeah, you guys
That
have
Beetle's
5
not too
minutes to do
confident.
that. So
Sorry,
if
guys.
any of you guys can, if you guys want to go ahead and go back to 666, feel free. But we do have 5 minutes, and we will have Jeff, and I believe
Yep, we'll
playing
have and before that though, we are going to have the one-step camp video
Oh,
as well.
nice,
We're going to have a video
wonderful.
playing. So
And shout out to the
Stick around for
surfers. We actually just burned through a ton of maps in a very short period of time. I allotted like less than 5 minutes per map, and we went through every single map. So,
They killed it.
yeah, well done, guys.
Can we give love
Smiley.
in the
Can you guys
chat
give
right
yourself
now?
pats on the back?
Love in the chat too for the surfers.
a little
as well.
smiley
Thank you.
face.
Totes.
Aw, happy face talk.
Toth.
Yay.
Yay.
Yay!
That's
Thank
us.
Yeah.
Happy face
Shout out to
you.
Truck
you.
Truck.
Happy face you.
My
That's
favorite
going to be the
student.
new emote.
Happy face you.
Happy face you.
Happy face
Mike
you.
has taught me to just say something over and over until someone gives you a pity laugh, and then you stop talking.
Yes, Kurt. Yes.
All right, so this is the sixth bonus, and it's very difficult. Here's President Sloth painting on the wall, and he's going to go ahead and just beat this bonus real quick here. Real quick here.
Do we all want to get to the
I
start
think we
for the
wanted to
race?
race it, but
Okay,
I was
so
doing
it's going to be very
cheap
hard to
practice.
keep track of all of you doing it at the same time. Who is the front runner for this, you think? Who has the best chance?
Honestly, they're all pretty. They're all
Well, I would
pretty
put my
equal.
money on
System
Callum.
beat it earlier.
Probably system.
System? All right.
Yes, system.
Speaking of bonuses,
pressure.
System has made a lot of bonuses that are ridiculously hard to beat on very easy maps. You just play an easy map. Oh, I just want to play this little bonus here, and then it's just like, oh, okay, all right, here we are, and System is gonna showcase his ability to beat difficult bonuses, many of which he's made.
Oh, Beetle finished first.
Wow, Beetle already beat it.
Whoa.
Not on stream.
We just
doesn't
got
count.
baited.
And
Yeah, it didn't
system
actually
right
happen.
after.
It didn't show up on stream.
Well, my time was faster than systems, so you know.
And he finished first.
Wow, that was very fast.
Yeah.
You guys were allotting
If you
5 minutes
blink,
for that?
you'd
You
miss
guys
it.
are just too good.
I blinked. I missed it.
Yeah.
Still a whole lot of donations coming in, so that is always appreciated. Jojo, $10, no message. That's okay. Thank you for the 10 anonymous $10. It's for the kids. You're absolutely right. Horsey, $30 as well. No message. That's okay. We appreciate any help very much. $10 from anonymous. Happy to help out. Thank you so much. I'm happy to read that donation that you sent in. You guys are doing some real good, says anonymous for $10. Thank you very much. Guys, donations are open all weekend. We're at 92K
and we hit
now.
92K. Shout out to the donors, the surf community for participating, and the donors that are probably watching for the surfies. Big shout outs to everybody in Discord right now and participating in the surf segment. If you guys have any shout outs real quick before we end this segment here,
Well,
feel
just
free.
real quick, still item donations. Check your backpacks. You never know what you can just send in, and it goes money straight to the kids. We got an Australian wrench from Cakewalk that's converted to $41 for the kids, and Camations, an unusual engineer's cap for $23.02. So, guys, just see what you have in your backpack, see what you can send in. Gets converted to dollars instantly. It's a really awesome feature, so take advantage of it.
Yeah, but shout-outs, surfers?
Well, I was going to give a big shout-out to Truck for
Aw.
helping out a lot
Sweetie.
this year.
Shout out to my mother for birthing such a legend. Thanks.
Aw.
That's it.
All right.
Thanks for
No.
the organization.
Thanks
and
for having us.
you know, Surf's dead.
No.
Oh my god.
Finally
Surf's
killed
dead.
it.
Well, it's over now. Thanks, guys. We are going to have Jeff and Lang and possibly Lauren on the oh, we're going to have our one-step camp. That's the camera. One-step camp one-step video. And then we'll be transitioning that. Go.
Go.
Transition.